Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries again this evening. I guess you'll notice I've been trying to roll things along faster because I know, attention span and your time and all that. So what does that have to do with anything? I preview tonight as um, a, around my non-disclosure agreement with my last career. Now, I've never been so unprepared for a show. I gave some thought a little bit to it. I couldn't sketch out anything. And not that I do, but sometimes I'll put like four like topic words so that I know, oh yeah, so I don't waste y'all's time. I could not prepare for because I don't know really how I need to go about it. So if you could be patient with me when I take like a couple of seconds trying to think of saying kind of replacement, like I just did, replacement stuff, words, environment. So what I'm going to describe to you is not necessarily what you're hearing, or it may be what you're hearing, but it is following a linear story with a lot withheld because I have to. So let's dive into this one. I was working as a program officer with Children Affected by AIDS Foundation located right next to Mattel, our parent company in El Segundo, right by the airport. I was doing a job that I loved more than anything I've ever done. All my clinical one-to-one work, all my therapy with clients, all of my putting, like getting people out of loans and hand-holding through, Social Security lines, with them to get their money. And like I said, I'd write letters and get loans written off and all this stuff. But the work at what we called CAF was so highly sophisticated. I think I've talked about it maybe once in terms of not only having that one-to-one, traveling all over the country, having that one-to-one, teaching, learning, giving money, seeing programs, flourish, okay? And then suddenly an offer came through a coworker of mine like 2 jobs ago, said, take a look at this. Or, there was also this thing called, oh my God, nonprofit organization, something magazine. It looked like a big newsletter, and it was all jobs in nonprofit, social work and whatever. So either way, there was this opening at CAF for a program officer. You could call me client service manager or whatever you want, but in every foundation, in every money-giving foundation of any kind, really the person you interact with for that money is the program officer. I always wanted to be a program officer because it was tailor-made for me. I started from the ground up. I have like this mind that explodes in a trillion directions in terms of budgets and this, that just came popping out. Like I said, before you know it, I was writing personal letters for Jill Barad, who's the global CEO of Mattel at the time. So I took money. Don't ever do it. Follow your heart. You'll hear through this story why y'all need to really not go for the money unless you are, to whatever extent, 80% positive that it's, number one, something that you're going to love, or at least it is in line with what you love or have been doing at least, or at the very least do well. So this, I can't say company, organization, authority, age. I mean, I guess I could use agency. That, like, let's pretend this is an advertising agency because that's general enough. Agency could be really anything. It's kind of a catch-all. So there was this agency. I'm not going to describe like the mission statement or like who its affiliates or parent companies or anything were. I really have to stay away from that and stick to the story. So I left this job at CAF because they offered me $15,000 more a year. Oh my God. I mean, I just should have told CAF, like, I'll just be, the maintenance man, but just let me do program officer work because I loved it. I mean, it was so challenging and it wove all of my skills together perfectly. I wish I could have retired it, leaving that job. But what I did was I took the money to go to an agency that, like I said, offered me $15,000 more a year. It came to like, I don't know, $55,000. I was making like 40-ish. So I took the money. I had a family. I had a son. I have a working husband. There's a mortgage to pay, which is not getting any lower. I've had homes in West Hollywood that were half the mortgage. premium, monthly premium. So I took the money. Again, how many times do I have to say I took the money? Because I want to underscore not to take the money. So they framed it, this agency framed it as grant writing stuff. Now that was my forte, but before, as a program officer, I read your grant proposals and decided on all millions of dollars because I used to be the dude on the other end begging for the money. So they blended some title with some senior something or other, and they told me it was like grant writing. So I jumped. Very, again, not a corporation, but very corporate feel. Very officey, any one of y'all, either from your own life or a movie, very kind of basically like executive offices kind of